Everyone, thank you so much for jumping on my channel. And today I am going to share with you my experience with a 5-day water fast. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm also known as Keto Karen. I have been doing a ketogenic lifestyle for 4 years, and then the last probably year to year and a half, I have been adding more like just hacks, like biohacks on other ways to improve my health. So I fully believe in a ketogenic lifestyle, and there are so many things we can do to add just to our macros to overall increase our health, our energy, our mood, fat loss, all of those things. So if this is something that you're interested in, please subscribe, like, comment. If you have other friends that are looking for more information, please share any of my videos that you think would help inspire them to take some changes in their lives for better health. So, fasting. First, maybe we'll talk about why you would want to fast, how I got started, and the benefits that I have seen. So, why you would want to fast. There is numerous benefits, but I'm just going to kind of go through some of the basics. So, you would want to fast for a few reasons. So one could be that you have been trying to get rid of some fat off your body, and you haven't been able to. When you fast, you aren't giving your body calories, so you're able to tap in and utilize the calories that you have saved. So fat, in essence, is just saved calories for later. So one of the main reasons why we store fat is for later, but sometimes when we're constantly eating, we never tap into that. So that's one of the benefits. Fasting also has a number of health benefits that I have seen personally and with lots of friends and others in my community that I have helped them with the fasting. So there is a thing called autophagy. So autophagy is like the strongest survive. So all of your cells still need stuff, so they start taking out the weaker cells so that they can survive, because they still need magnesium, potassium, vitamins, minerals, fatty acids. So they start taking out the weaker cells so that they can stay healthy and strong. And this is like cleaning house. So if you've ever watched Jason Fung, I absolutely love him. He is a doctor in Toronto, and he does promote fasting, and he sees amazing results in his clinic. And I have been watching him and learning from him, and I've had a lot of the same benefits that a number of his clients have had. So autophagy is kind of like, think about it like your fridge. If you buy groceries, put them in your fridge, and then just every day keep going and buying more groceries and just shoving them in, eventually the groceries in the back are going to rot and be no good. And right, so you need to like go in, clean house, either stop buying groceries and utilizing those and getting rid of them so that you have more room for new groceries, or you got to dump them out and get rid of them. So that's the same sort of thing with our cells. So when we stop eating, then those cells will kind of take out the weaker cells, and those are the cells that are causing fatigue, mood issues, but they also can lead to some of the autoimmune diseases and those types of things. Fasting increases growth hormone, so it will help you to build muscle. It will help you for like increased bone density. It also really does help a lot with insulin sensitivity. So most people in today's society are becoming insulin sensitive, so or like insulin resistant. So what that means is, think about it like when we're talking to our kids when they're little, and say you raise your voice to them and they like listen and they do whatever it is that you ask them to do. And then over time, you might raise your voice that same amount, but they don't listen anymore because they know you and they are comfortable, and so they stop listening. So that is when your kids are resistant to your voice. the same thing happens in our bodies. When we're constantly having carbs, we make insulin to put that in the cell. And after a while, we eat the same amount of carbs, we become insulin resistant. So the body no longer listens to that insulin. So we just keep making more and more. So you're becoming resistant. So you need to make more insulin for the same amount of glucose. So it's the same thing for our kids. We have to raise our voice louder to get the same reaction. So we don't want that. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. So when we fast, it actually really will help us to become more insulin sensitive, which is what we want. So fasting also reduces inflammation. We get into a state of ketosis. So to get into a state of ketosis, we can do a ketogenic diet, so low carb, high fat, but we can also fast. And ketones are shown to inhibit an inflammatory marker, and so that will turn off the inflammation marker in our body. And so when we fast, we expedite that and we get that quicker, faster results. So inflammation is at the root of a number of health issues. So it could just be fatigue, that spare tire around your waist, but it also could be like arthritis, Crohn's, colitis, and all of those things. So when we fast, we can increase and get rid of more inflammation, which is huge. The less burden, less taxing on our body. So we're going to have more energy. So that is a huge. We want more energy. Also, fasting has been proven to help with cognitive. So you can think clearer, you can think quicker, faster, and it's better for your brain. So because you're in a better state of ketosis. And then obviously fasting can create weight loss. So when we're not eating, we are going to start consuming our own excess fat for energy. And we're going to be getting rid of lots of toxins and those types of things because our fat cells store toxins. So those are some of the overall benefits of why we would fast. So during my 5-day fast, I'm just going to tell you a bit about it. I have made a couple notes. If you see me looking off, it's just because I don't want to forget anything important. So I'll kind of first start with, I'm not telling anybody to fast. This is your life. You're an adult. You need to do what works for you. I'm just sharing my results and how I started and kind of what has happened with me. So first off, if you know marathon runners, just because you know a marathon runner does not mean you should go out and run a marathon. Maybe you should start walking, start, interval training, start doing some things, and slowly work yourself up to a marathon. So that is the same advice I would give anybody with any type of fasting, right? It is something that's very good for the body, but you want to adapt and you want to be kind to your body and build that fasting muscle to get there. So I'll just quickly explain from my journey. So I had brain trauma in 2009. I had a number of health issues. I was on lots of drugs. It was really bad. You can listen to some of my other videos to find out more about that. But this, what I originally started was I cut out gluten and I felt a little bit better. Then I cut out more sugars and more things out of it and I felt better. Then I went to a Paleolithic diet and I felt a bit better. And then I got into the ketogenic diet. And then I started intermittent fasting, so stop eating after supper and not eating until lunchtime the next day. And then I started doing a few OMADs or 1 meal a day. And then I did the odd 24-hour fast. And about a year and a half ago, I started once a month doing a 60-hour fast. And sometimes I have hypoglycemia, so sometimes I had to break my fast because of that. But I keep healing my body, learning more. Electrolytes has been a savior for my overall health and being able to fast longer and everything else. I will do a video all about electrolytes because they are just as important as fasting. So So I've built this muscle. So I have a few times wanted to do a 5-day fast, but my hypoglycemia has gotten in the way, and I've had to break it whenever my blood sugars have gotten too low. And yes, I'm always super bummed, but I have to be kind to my body and listen to it. So I now have been able to do 3 5-day fasts. And I have to tell you, it is amazing. I've done so many 60-hour fasts, and I always feel good and all those things, but I always find day one is, it's different every time you fast, but I always find day one and day two the hardest, right before I go to bed. So I typically will stop fasting. So after I've had supper on whatever day, so like let's say on a Sunday night, I have supper and I'm planning on doing my fast. Sunday night, I have my dinner. I make sure that I really hydrate, and I do put some potassium and sodiums in my water to really hydrate so that I can do well on my fasting. And I stop eating. So then my first day, I'm usually really good because I do a lot of OMAD. So I do a lot of 1 meal a days. So I do really good, even supper, as long as I keep myself steady and like I'll clean out closets. I might, go out with my girlfriends for walks. I'll do different things. But I usually find that okay. Sometimes by 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, I'm like, oh, I'm getting a little hungry. So I'll either have maybe like, I do drink ketone, so I might have like a ketone to drink before I go to bed, or I'll do like a keto tea or something like that. But sometimes I'm really hungry, so I just go to bed because I don't want to willpower that through. I'll sleep. Day two is the same thing. During the day, I always seem to do really, really well. That part never really bothers me. It's usually before I go to bed. By day three, I usually am getting a little cold. So I had to put on some more layers and do things. I still do light exercise, but I don't do like extensive heavy workouts. But I still will go for walks. I still might do like 20, 30-minute light weights and those types of things. But I won't tax my body too much because I am fasting. So I want to be kind to my body. But I have found day 4 and day 5, I'm not even hungry, and I feel amazing. And I can tell, I have done my ketone levels, so I personally use a ketone blood meter and test my ketone levels. And so my last fast on day 4, my blood sugars were around like 4. I did one that was a 3.8, and I did another one that was a 4.3. And my ketone levels were like kind of bouncing between 5.2 and 6, so somewhere around there. And I felt absolutely amazing. I had lots of energy. My mood, nothing could piss me off. Like if I hit a red light, if somebody was rude, I was still in such a good mood. Nothing was bothering me. I felt so good. There was a couple times that I was kind of forgetting things, but I don't know, but it was not, I was just in such an amazing mood. So I cognitive, I know, to say I was kind of forgetting things. It wasn't, I don't know how to exactly explain it. I do work in a restaurant, so I serve food. So what was kind of happening was, I think I was just talking and in such a good mood that I was kind of forgetting to do things, but not that I wasn't alert. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but anyway, I felt absolutely amazing. So at the end of my 5-day fast, I had actually broken my all-time low. So when I first started the keto kind of lifestyle, I was at about 136 pounds. And now I have been kind of hovering a long time at 124 to 126. And now I've been doing more OMAD and more things. Now with my 5-day fast, I actually broke that. I got down to 118 pounds, which for me is really my goal. I kind of never thought I would hit it. I am 41. I do, think that your metabolism starts slowing down. So I am super excited. I now am going to have a goal of 116. I'm hoping by January the 1st to hit that. I don't want to go super hard and super taxing on my body. I do believe in being kind and just, letting this morph into whatever. If I don't hit that, I'm totally cool with 118, but I am feeling amazing. I'm not really doing this all for weight loss, but I know a lot of people, that's really what they want to hear. For me, my energy, the fact that I had brain trauma and I had memory issues, balance issues, all of those, and I am seeing such significant improvements in all areas is huge for me. Do I get headaches? Yeah, I sometimes do. Do I get, insomnia? Yeah, I sometimes do. But if you could have known me before and then see where I'm at now, it's been life-changing. So that's, I'm always going to be trying to biohack and be better and better and better. And I don't beat myself up if I think I'm going to do a 5-day fast and I have to break early, whether or not it's because of one of my kids wanting to do something, and I don't want to ruin my life, right? I want it to be natural and work. So typically I get my schedule, I look at it, and I see where I can fit in fasting to make it work for my lifestyle and work for my family. I want to have a balance. I want to enjoy my family. So I think for anybody out there that's really trying to do that, you need to be realistic. You need to not be so hard on yourself. Don't be perfect. Don't beat yourself up. Just pat yourself on the back for all the awesome things that you are doing, and all of that. The stress of trying to be perfect is going to be more damaging than being perfect. So just give that up. Just be kind to yourself. So make some goals. Try to fit in a few 24, 48s. Try to get in a little bit longer. But start with where you're at. Build in some good habits. Don't go so crazy. If somebody a couple years ago would have tried to get me to do a 5-day fast, that could have been dangerous with my hypoglycemia. I've had to really work on this. So know that, be kind to yourself, but don't give yourself an out either, right? If you get hungry, don't be oh, I was hungry, so I gave it up. Yeah, you're fasting. You're going to get hungry. Drink some water. Have some pink Himalayan salt. Add some potassium. Do some electrolytes. I will do a video on electrolytes, I promise. So subscribe so you can get notifications on when I put out that. Comment below, is there something that you would really like to see a video on? Have you done a fast and what were your results? Is there something that maybe I haven't explained well enough that you want to know? I'm more than happy to help and share why and how this works. Sometimes doing these videos, you kind of get caught up and you assume people know things that they don't know. So I really do want to help as many people as I can. I think that, the medical system isn't there yet. They don't understand, they're all into medicine and I'm into natural healing. So if that's something that interests you, I would love to hear from you, and give it a thumbs up if this is something that you've enjoyed. And as always, comment, and let's work together and help as many people as we can. So please keto on and have an awesome night. Thanks.